Gotta get my boy Blue. Hey Blue, say hi. Got a call from my boy that a limb from one of those fir trees there fell off during a windstorm we had in the middle of the night, and it unfortunately went right through one of his windows on his house. It not only broke the glass, but it sort of damaged the frame, cracked it pretty good that we can't repair it, so we're gonna have to replace this entire sash. And I figured I'd do a video on what I would do to order it up, as far as the measurements you need to reorder it and make sure that it fits the hole you got to work with. So the first dimensions obviously you need are width and height, and since you don't know what the RO of the frame opening is, it's best just to actually measure the frame, the outside frame dimension, or what we call just FDS, frame size dimension. Actually, frame dimension size, I should say. So this one here, we're gonna make 35.5. By 57.5. So this RO is probably 36 by 58. But just to be safe, just order frame size dimension, and it should fit. The other dimension you need also is the overall depth of the sash. So if you just open up the window, set like a square or something on the inside, and then just put something on the outside, measure it. This one here should be about 3 1/4. 3 1/4 is pretty standard, and 2 3/4 is pretty standard too. So it should be one of those sizes. And that should give you the depth. And now we got width and height. And the other thing you can look at is whether or not the what they call is even or uneven sight line. The sight line is the visual glass that's exposed. And this frame here has an uneven, because this glass line on the lower light is not even with the upper light. They do make windows that this sight line is equal, but this window here is what we call uneven sight line. And as far as the manufacturer goes, a lot of windows don't put the names on them, but this one did. This manufacturer has them on the top of the locks. So if you look at your locks, a lot of times the actual manufacturer will put their name on that. I mean, the best place to go to order these are your lumber yards. We went to Par Lumber here locally, but you can go to any of them, that whatever lumber yard you got in your area. They're usually real helpful to get this thing ordered up. And it takes about 3 weeks, and this was about, oh, you're gonna spend for a 3 foot by 5 foot anywhere from $250 to $300 for the window. And then we'll start demoing this and show you how to take it out and put a new one in. So the first thing that we got to do, we're gonna cut the perimeter caulking. This window here's got a trim board, a surround all the way around it. A lot of windows that you're gonna see, the siding board is just gonna run all the way up tight to the frame, and you would have to just cut that caulking there. But this one here has got the caulk joint, and it's probably flush with the framing RO all the way down. So we'll cut this back, we'll expose the nail fin. We're going to use a multi-tool or a Sawzall and cut the nail fin, and that should be enough to pull the window out. We'll probably have to go on the inside and cut the interior caulking to the interior trim, and hopefully it'll come out. And we'll see how the multi-tool works. So I have Braden cut the interior caulking, and I've cut the exterior. Yes. And I'm going to hit a couple spots here. A little bit of caulking. Cut it.
Piece of plastic.
Huh.
Sweet.
Quarter inside dimension is 5.5. Should go back in. All right, we've got the nail fin cut back. We got some shim stacks. We'll see how that lines up. But this is the opening right before we set the sash in. Let Braden set that window up here on the scaffolding. And I'll try fitting it in the hole, see how it fits dry fit. Looks pretty good. Now to anchor it, we're just going to run a drill and countersink a hole at the bottom, in the middle, at the top, on each side. We'll countersink it and we'll just put a flathead number 10 in there, probably 2-incher, and that'll be enough to anchor it. No anchors on the bottom, no anchors on the head. Once the caulking sets up, it's pretty much a done deal. So we checked the frame for levelness. I had some plastic shims from back in the days when I was working, but you can use wood or strips of wood, rip them to whatever you need, or actual wood shingles or shims that you buy at a hardware store. These I'm just going to caulk into place so they don't move around. And we're ready to put this in right after we drill and countersink some holes in the front. Countersink. Don't over countersink it. This one I should have got a little lower.
Where those?
I think you'll never see those holes. Push in on the sash. Not real hard, but just. Get the other two. Well, we are racing against the rainstorm that's coming here in a few minutes, but window went in very well, fit good. We got the back rod in it. We're going to hold off on caulking it until after the storm finishes. But yeah, it went in well. We'll caulk the interior, put the blinds back up, and we'll call this project done. Move on to the next one. We are finished up. The rain sort of slowed us down a little bit, but we got her all caulked out. Patched up the holes from the screws on the siding there with a trim board. So we are done. Looks really good. Glad it worked out. Glad we were able to get it in and put this one to bed. I will see you on the next one. Thanks.